Hey ladies and gentlemen, today got another video for you today. It's about cut. They're talking about people among the most painful experience that I ever experienced. Me myself, did I? Yeah, well, other than my mom passing away, I've never broken any bone. My first ex did broke my heart so much that I started shaking. That's one of the weirdest pain that you don't even have control over your body. I've never experienced something like that. My mom, the pain was very long, but in the moment when she passed away, it felt weird. I didn't understand what was happening. I only noticed the consequence. But now at this age, losing my father, whew, yeah, that was kind of hard. Harder than it's supposed to be. Because there are stuff that you wanted to do, wanted to say, wanted to show. You made promises that you wanted to keep, like, oh, look how proud I want you to be. I made a family. I did everything that you told me that I had to do to be happy in life. And it just kind of sucked that I can never show him that. But hey, let's just check the video, see what people, because I think there's also physical pain. Oh, flap, damn, I remember this pain.
What's the most painful thing you've ever experienced?
The most painful thing, man.
I do have a story. I went skiing, never skied before. I slip up, my ski goes, and I start flipping. I hear a crack on my neck. Oh God, I thought I was dead.
What's the most painful thing that you've ever experienced?
I ruptured my appendix.
My appendix.
It felt like a knife in my stomach.
Appendix? Appendicitis typically starts with a pain in the middle of your tummy, abdomen, that may come and go. Within hours, the pain travels to your lower right hand side where the appendix is usually located and become constant and severe. Pressing on this area, coughing or walking may make the pain worse. Yeah, I've heard about it. Like when it explodes to your rectum or something like that. I don't even want to know how that feels. A pain from the inside that you can't see? Whew.
Tooth pain. Don't mess around with that. I broke these 3 ribs.
Fractured my sternum.
I broke my ankle once.
Never broken a bone.
Me neither. I've never broken anything, as I said. I guess I'm either lucky or my bone is really hard. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I guess I'm like Spider-Man or a monkey because I just landed like a cat, you know?
Painful thing I've ever experienced is probably anal for the first time.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. You had to go sexual. Well, then again, who knows what they did? You can't just go all gangster, no lube, and hope for the best. No. Well, wish him the best too.
What is the most painful thing you've ever experienced?
Car related, always car related. One time,
we're driving on the beach,
a really windy road, crossing 3 lanes of traffic,
2 lanes going that way.
Somebody was going to take a free right.
She was making a left turn.
There was a drunk driver who was going the wrong way.
Literally slammed on his brakes.
I froze completely.
We were just hit by a car all of a sudden.
T-boned my car.
T-boned.
I got tossed out because I was in the front.
I really screwed up my knee and my whole spine.
That's why I have the scar on my neck, because I had to have my neck fused.
Back broken, neck broke, it's a wrap.
I got some whiplash and my friend got like some bruising.
I thought I was fine, and then paramedics showed up and my leg was bleeding, and I was like, okay, so that maybe was a little dangerous.
I know a friend that actually had like a car accident here in Spain, and his friend actually died. He was kind of locked next to him. I thought that would have been horrible. He wasn't sure if it was his blood or not. He wasn't like very damaged, but psychologically it did mess up with him. And surprisingly, never had a car accident either. Whenever I'm in a car with anybody that does anything stupid, I'm very quick to call it out or just tell them to stop the car and just walk out. I was not a very safe person, but I think just because my mom passed away, whenever anybody does anything stupid, I'm like, dude, calm down. Don't even include me in your adventure.
So that maybe was a little dangerous.
Oh God, I hate to even think about it.
Physically painful or emotionally?
Heartbreak.
I definitely got my heart broken like a lot of times before.
Heartbreak? That one really, that's a bad one.
I've been heartbroken so many times, I just gave up. There was a point I really gave up. Unless my nephew did not pull me out of the room, I was literally done with the whole game that I had to approach a woman. Because I was humiliated so many times. And it's so normal that you're supposed to do it when you're not even ready. I said, I guess I'll just be happier alone, because if you can't shut me down, I will find different ways to make myself happy. And I felt just the whole idea to go after a woman, it just made it worse. I thought, let me just go do something let me go hang around with people that tolerate me, and if it happens, it happens, you know. I was really down, man. I was really down.
There's no medication, no pill, no Tylenol for this pain.
What's the most painful thing you've ever experienced?
Oof.
Oh my God, you just set me through a spiral.
I did almost like choke on a piece of candy when I was really, really little.
I was gasping for air so bad. It was awful.
I had a gallbladder stone.
I had to have my gallbladder taken out.
Retropharyngeal abscess that I had to get surgery on.
I think a 2nd-degree burn.
I did have like a really severe asthma attack.
It was like 2 days of just like a lot of hyperventilating and crying.
I swear to God, I couldn't breathe for a while. All I remember.
Oh my God, I just remember this pain. There was a time, it was really bad. Whenever I drank Coca-Cola, it's like the gas just exploded in my stomach, and I felt like my stomach was about to explode. So the only way I could get the pain out of myself, I had to barf, you know. But the thing is, it came so hard, it was like my neck was almost exploding, ripping apart from the amount of gas or amount of oxygen or the amount of burp that has to go out. It was horrible. I remember I cried alone in the bathroom. I barfed like 4 times at the same time, because whenever I barfed, now that I remember, that was the worst pain. Oh my God, I now remember the thing that I said in the beginning. I got another one for you. So whenever I barfed, I was like, no, I don't want to barf, I want to, but it was so painful. And it's not what came out, it was the amount of gas or the flexing that my neck did. Damn. And the reaction, so from the beginning was, I think there's also physical pain. Oh, I went down a mountain one time on a skateboard, and it was like a professional skateboard, so I didn't know how fast it went, so I thought I'm gonna win. But while going down from the hill and it was starting to stabilize, I was trying to put my leg on the floor and I could not stop because I was barefoot. Idiot me. So my super intelligent self thought, you know what, maybe I should go on the rocks on the side of the street. So it stopped. It wasn't sand. It was, you know, when you have a street, first they put the rocks with a black thing over it, and then they put the real street. So on Curacao, it was like the real street and those rocks on the side. So I thought I'm just gonna land on that and go brugum brugum brugum, and it will stop. Guess what? I did this, clankatang kloop, it slipped. I landed on one leg, and I believe I maybe sliced like 1 meter on one leg. And I remember it, I was like, whoo, hey, I'm Gucci, right? So when I stood up, I looked down and I had like a short almost to my knee, and I lifted it up. And once I lifted it up, the whole meat on my left leg was gone, and there was still like a pebble of a rock stuck in my leg, and it fell on the floor. And I remember I was in such a shock, and it was horrible. Walked home, everybody's crying, why are you crying, you gay? And I showed them that pain, everybody shut up immediately. Went to the doctor, had to put like a bandage over it with a special liquid. It wasn't really painful, but it was kind of shockingly painful. But the painful thing came is that the next time I had to put a cream over my wound, and the bandage that I had to put, I had to be careful. But one day there wasn't enough of the cream, so I put little of the cream and the bandage. So when I tried to remove the bandage, I was in pain because I was removing it slowly because I was removing part of my skin, but I did it slowly. And I don't know why my father thought it was a good decision. He says, well, you should have done it, you dumb idiot. And he just took the bandage, crack, because he could not withstand the fact that I was suffering from that. And I remember once he did that, the pain of my leg was worse, but the disappointment in him, damn. I remember from that day on, I didn't trust him with anything related to my body. That was a very painful thing. I remember I was so angry at him, so angry. Woo. I would never wish somebody to see their father rip a bandage from their leg, which removes 3 humongous parts of like maybe 1 centimeter skin from their leg.
While all I remember is like me trying to breathe.
My chest hurt for hella long. That fucked me up.
Sanded my fingernails off.
Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. You threw me up maybe like 8 feet in the air and I like fell to the ground.
I got surgery on both of my feet.
I got a stomach surgery.
Man, an IUD. It hurts so badly.
What is an IUD? And what is hemorrhoid? Hemorrhoids, also known as spouts, are swollen veins in the lower part of the anus and rectum when the walls of the vessel are stressed and they become irritated. Oh my freaking god! Although hemorrhoids can be unpleasant and painful, they are easily treated and preventable. I hope so. IUD stands for intrauterine device, basically a device inside your uterus. It's a small piece of flexible plastic shaped like a T. Okay, okay, well, that's a cool thing. I will never know.
Bikini wax?
Chronic meningitis.
I just had a really high temperature and I was sick for a really long time. Sweating, vomiting, diarrhea. 100% he was like, you have malaria.
The most painful thing I've experienced is contractions. Everything is flexing inside of your body. All I could think of is, I need this baby out of me.
Leaving the gay bar one night, somebody came up behind me and picked me up and threw me on my head. Ended up having to get like 6 staples in my head.
What's the most painful thing you've ever experienced?
I've been shot on my side.
I literally started hearing gunshots.
I could see like the bullet coming through the window.
It's crazy because it wasn't that bad. The second time I was at a playground, the one actually in my foot was worse.
Seeing someone that I love struggle with addiction.
My brother was a meth addict for about 10 years.
My mother died of an overdose and my father is currently on a respirator for COVID.
What's the most painful thing you've ever experienced?
Definitely losing my grandmother.
Probably when my father passed, just because it was unexpected.
My dad died 3 days after my birthday.
When my dad died, that's pretty painful.
Losing my sister and saying goodbye to her and watching my parents go through that, and there was nothing that like I could do.
Yeah, that is really bad. Seeing people go through a specific pain and there's nothing you can do, especially when they're losing somebody younger than themselves, that kind of feels always unfair, because it's not supposed, like, parents are not supposed to bury their kids. I think most people would agree with that. We want to see our kids grow. It's like our pride, and the fact that they can't reach that, even if it's not your fault, you actually feel like a failure. I don't know, man. I consider it actually my job to eat healthy, because I don't want my kids to suffer anything. But who knows? It seems that I'm the most healthy of all family right now, and if it would happen, I would not be surprised, because my wife's family, they all have like these weird genetic issues. I have actually none. I hope I stay like this, but then again, my father also didn't have any, and he just randomly died from cancer. Who knows? You never know. Pain is an interesting thing from where it's gonna come.
When I lost my mom, it broke me.
Sorry. My mom died. Unfortunately, I was the one who found her.
The most painful thing I've ever experienced was probably when my father passed away. It's not funny, I'm just doing it to stop from crying.
He's doing the right thing. That's what you're supposed to do. When you experience real pain, you find this weird way to laugh about it. Because if nobody is there to talk with you about it, and you can laugh every time you hear the pain or you talk about the pain, it's kind of weirdly therapeutic. You find unique solutions. And I noticed that people that experience pain, whenever I make these weird, interesting jokes, they are not woke. I know very few people that are not woke that experience that, and if they were woke, it just something clicks in their head. They see life differently. They realize how fragile it can be. And for me, most woke people, they're not realistic about their expectation, and that is like, it just wakes you up.
Never been able to have that interaction ever again. It's just unfathomable.
How do you get past that? Or can you ever?
No, I don't think you ever really can.
You can. At least I could. But then again, maybe they just experience it. I can say that because my mom passed away when I was 6. I got over my mom around my 30s. when I felt kind of accomplished, that I can survive in the world. I got my own job. That's usually when you feel you can disconnect from the people that were supposed to care for you. The fact that once you start caring and you know you're an independent person and you can make your own decision, everybody that dies after that feels like I was accomplished, but I wasn't accomplished enough to do the last thing with them. So you can, but it's a process. And I think until you're like very, very old, when you see everybody start dropping like flies, that's when you're like, you know what, that's freaking life. And that's when you are usually at peace, or you're very negative and vindictive, but I don't think I'll be one of those people.
People will say it gets easier as time goes by, but it never really does.
It's like this gaping hole in your chest that it feels like you're getting ripped open from the inside out.
Like, I'm crying now and it's been 2 years. And I'm like, am I ever gonna be okay?
I tend to not go to many of the funerals.
Why?
I don't really know. I don't go to the weddings either, though.
Surprisingly, because I was the most empathetic person, because I showed more emotion and everything, I was invited to all the people that experience pain. And I was like, I don't want to go. But if I didn't go, they actually were like, so you lost your mom at 6 years old and you're not considerate enough to go? So I actually went to all of them. And it became a point that I just felt numb. I didn't feel anything. And I'm not sure if it's a good thing or anything, but it did make me realize that everybody just passes away and life just goes on. Whenever somebody passes away, the first thing that comes to my head, it's like, why did this even happen? I just talked to you like 6 months ago, and it feels weird, as if I wish I could go back in time and just tell me, oh dude, within 6 months, you're gonna die. Stop complaining about the doctors and the medicine. Try to be with your nieces and your sons' kids and everything. You know what I'm trying to say? Right now, I'm in that phase with my father. Now that he passed away, I don't care about anybody other than my wife and my kids at the moment, because it feels useless to make new connection, because everybody passed away. Everybody is like a leaf. It's not that I don't share my honesty and my love, but it's hard to focus in giving into something at this moment, because I'm not ready for life to happen to them, you know?
What's the most painful thing you've ever experienced?
Probably being rejected my whole life. That was always hard for me, always trying to fit in and be like part of this crowd that I wasn't a part of.
I would come home and hide in my room and like not want to tell my mom that I was getting bullied, because then I feel like a loser and like I was scared, so I would like bottle everything up. I wouldn't really talk to my friends or anyone.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I'm stronger than I have ever been now.
What's the most painful thing you've ever experienced?
Probably getting this tattoo done. You guys gonna say some deep shit.
Okay. Which one would I say had the most effect though? I would say the fact that my mother passed away had the most effect. I felt for some reason like I had a weird responsibility to her. And it's not that the pain doesn't go away, it's just you accept how life really works. It made me want to impress her more when other people were not showing me that attention. I created my fictional imaginary angel, and it really helped me. That's why I keep saying life is good, even in the worst situation. Because if I can convince myself that even if my mom passed away, life is good, it will get better if I'm that negative. Because I don't want to be the person that reminds myself how negative I am. Just like those guys, like you had to hide and everything. Yeah, I thought all I had to do is hide my feeling, finish my study, earn enough money, and maybe I can be on my own. And truthfully, before it happened, I already had a girlfriend and a lot of things changed. But once I was like in my 30s at my job and everything, the dependence I had on my wife suddenly disappeared, because I was focused more in making my wife or girlfriend happy for my mom. It was a different thing. But the easier the relationship was, the fact that I could meet a woman and be in a very good teamwork, for some reason the fact that I felt like I made her happy, the pain just went away. I don't know why. Right now, I'm more battling the fact that my father passed away. It's an interesting term, but I just realized that's life. And the only reason it hurts me right now is that I wanted my father to see my littlest son. You know, I'm so proud of him, and I'm just so sad that he never hugged him or something. Let's just change the topic. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, and hey, like, comment, share, tell maybe your stories. I would like to know what your guys' point of view are. Okay, peace.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.